In the WHS 11 News First Alert Storm Team Weather Center here on this December the 29th, 2021 on this Wednesday night, and we've been tracking a little bit of rain across the area. Looks like we'll have a dry day tomorrow. It's going to be pretty nice and quiet for our Thursday before some wet weather returns for Friday, especially right around the time of our New Year's Eve ball drop and celebrations. And then some heavier rain continues Saturday, and that could lead to some flooding issues. And on the back side of the system, some cold air tries to catch up and gives a chance for some light snow showers. So we've got plenty to track on Futurecast here in just a second. Let me just take a look at the stream, make sure everything's good to go, and we'll get moving along here at 9:56 p.m. I hope you guys have had a good day today. Well, it really wasn't too bad until we started to get some rain to move in this evening. All right, looks like we're up and going. And hopefully the audio is okay this time around. We've got Lori Cruz, Beverly Hagist, Gary and Janet Hutchins, Sherry Coyne, Teresa Fox, hey, Mike. Thanks for tuning in. Is the audio okay so far? Look at Chris Starks in here. There we go. Okay, now I hear my audio. You actually have to turn the audio on to hear the audio. Go figure. All right, let's get started with our big weather story here. It's 50 degrees, a little drizzle across the area. Shay McAllister is going to need to do a little work here in just a second. I'll need to be quiet when that begins, but I will keep talking for now. So the weather story, we wrap up 2021 with some mild temperatures. It's going to be in the upper 60s on Friday, more 60s with that rain on Saturday for New Year's Day, and a wet welcome to 2022. So here is that New Year's Eve celebration forecast. Temperatures in the 60s. Great time to be indoors with all the rain on the way. It'll get wetter and wetter as we get deeper into the nighttime. Shay, you just tell me to be quiet when I need to be quiet, okay, and I'll be quiet. So we've had this mild weather pattern. We've had several record highs over the last 5 days or so. But watch what happens as we go into Sunday. Get that little polar plunge, a little cold blast there. I wouldn't call it like an Arctic outbreak or anything like that. It's like a 2-day cold spell, Sunday and Monday. But it could bring us a few snowflakes on Sunday. Little to no accumulation expected with that. And we will see that on Futurecast here in just a moment. Back to full screen. If you're lucky enough to head down to the Citrus Bowl in Orlando, New Year's Day, 84 in sunshine. Of course, we've got the Cats and Iowa Hawkeyes down there.
Okay, we're ready then.
All right, I will be quiet for a moment. I'll be right back.
Good evening, I'm Shay McAllister. Tonight the WHAS 11 night team is in Orlando, where Kentucky's football team is getting ready for the Citrus Bowl against Iowa. Ken Spencer is in Florida with the team and has an update on the fun and preparations underway. We'll see you at 11.
Hey there, Rocky Marshall, Angie Sparrow, Rita Harmon, Beverly Hagist.
Good evening, I'm Shay McAllister. Tonight on the WHAS 11 night team, Shively's mayor and other leaders from the southwest corner of the city say they aren't happy with plans for a new auction lot. Their pushback comes 24 hours after Mayor Greg Fisher announced his plan to put that lot on 7th Street Road. He says it would ease overcrowding and get abandoned cars off of the street, but will his solution cause new problems in another part of town? Why those who live there say it just won't work. We'll see you tonight at 11. I had to cough so bad. Did you know that?
Shay McAllister, one take wonder. You know, Doug Profit's out here, you know, like 5 takes.
You caught me out good night.
All right, we will continue Happy birthday to Mr. Haggis. Angie Sparrow, Sarah Hall, yes, we are bringing in the new year with a bang. Now, there have been concerns about severe weather, of course, with what recently happened over the Commonwealth several weeks ago. And it looks like a pretty low severe weather threat at this time for Friday night into Saturday. We will take a look at that in a lot more detail here in just a second. Let's go ahead and go back to full screen. Teresa, yes. Late night pick me up. So we've got 40s and low 50s across the area right now, and we've got kind of a stationary front just hanging around. And there is just a little bit of leftover light rain, just kind of sprinkly, drizzly stuff across the area. The more active weather is in Alabama right now. There are a couple severe thunderstorm warnings and a tornado warning down that way, and a tornado watch cutting through central Alabama and into far northwestern Georgia. That all stays south of us. So let's get to Futurecast. We'll spend some time timing out some of this rain. The rain is gone by sunup tomorrow morning, and temperatures are comfortably cool and actually about where high temperatures should be this time of the year as we start off tomorrow. If we get enough sunshine, we'll hit 60. If not, most of the day in the 50s, which is still well above normal for this time of the year. Our average high for December 29th is 44 degrees, and so we're going to be about 10 to 15 degrees above normal for tomorrow. Into Friday, can't rule out a couple of showers during the daytime, but a lot of the day will be dry. Southwest breezes helping to warm it back up well into the 60s. I think we'll overachieve those numbers a little bit and hit around 68 Friday. Not quite a record high. All right, and then as we go hour by hour into your New Year's Eve, so there's dinner time, pretty dry, heading out to some of the celebrations around the area. Starting to see some rain pick up with the latest data here showing 10, 11 o'clock. Now, the heaviest areas of rain, the models have been very consistent here, basically along and south of the Bluegrass Parkway to the Cumberland Parkway is where we see the setup for some of the heaviest rain late Friday night into Saturday morning. There might be some rumbles of thunder with that and some gusty winds. I still think it's a pretty low severe weather threat, but we'll watch that very closely. There's not a lot of unstable air, but there is a lot of wind shear. So if we do get a storm that kind of grows tall enough, it can kind of tap into those strong winds aloft and occasionally bring them down to the surface, and it would be a very low tornado threat as well. Nowhere near any kind of setup that we had, again, several weeks ago. Okay, into our first day of the new year 2022, and the rain is continuous and heaviest over the southern half of the area through a lot of Saturday morning, but then it's just kind of heavy everywhere as we get a little further into our Saturday. I mean, it's not looking great for our first day of Saturday. And keep in mind, our soil is rather saturated, so it really can't hold a lot of water. And it looks like we're going to get a lot of water. So I think flooding is going to be an issue across much of the area. But it is going to be mild with all this rain on Saturday. Temperatures really won't plummet until late Saturday night into Sunday morning. And in fact, the warmest temperatures on Sunday will be during the early morning hours. I think by Sunday afternoon, a lot of area could be heading below freezing and some light snow on the way. Might have to watch out Sunday night as we drop down to the lower 20s. Wind chills could be in the single digits and teens. We might have to watch out if the roads haven't completely dried out. There could be a few icy spots Sunday night. So we'll keep that in the back of our mind after all this messy weather. Okay, so this is a look at that unstable air, and notice it's trending south overall, but it is a little bit close. So again, we'll just kind of watch our southern counties as we get closer to the Tennessee state line. That's when we get closer to a chance of some severe storms. But definitely the energy is a lot higher to the south for severe weather. So that's good so far. Hopefully it'll stay like that. The Storm Prediction Center has Friday into Saturday severe weather risk most of our area level 1 out of 5, very low risk. Level 2, that's slight risk, that yellow area, is basically around the Western Kentucky Parkway south. And then you can see it, Nashville over to Memphis, Little Rock. Here is the broad view of Saturday's wet weather. A pretty good soaker. And then here comes the colder temperatures on the backside, catching up with just a little leftover moisture from that system to turn us over to some light snow showers on Sunday. And then it'll clear out and cool down to the upper teens and lower 20s Sunday night into Monday morning. Grand total rainfall, heaviest in Kentucky, 1 to 3 inches. And again, on top of soggy soils, and so this could cause some flooding. Low temperatures tonight, we'll go 48 in Louisville. Lower 40s over much of southern Indiana to the lower 50s south. So about a 10-degree range in temperatures across the area with some scattered light rain at times. And then tomorrow, 50s to around 60 for our high temps. And here comes the 7-day forecast. Half warm, half colder. We've got dry weather tomorrow. Upper 60s for New Year's Eve. 60% chance of rain, so the heaviest rain late night. 100% chance of rain on Saturday and breezy. Flooding potential, high of 64. Falling temperatures Sunday. 60% chance of some light snow showers. 22 Sunday night, 38 Monday, 26 Monday night, back to above normal Tuesday, 48, and above normal Wednesday, up to 52. We might have another little brief warm-up mid to late week before we get another cold snap. So I think we're going to get into a pattern as we head towards what is typically the coldest part of the year, the month of January, where we start to see these cold fronts finally tapping into some of that polar air from Canada. So that might eventually increase our chances of some snow. Instead of these systems coming off the Pacific is mild air. So that's all we've had lately, mild air off the Pacific. But I think we're going to finally get some fronts that start to open the door to some colder Canadian air on occasion throughout the next month at least. We'll have little warm-ups out ahead of these systems and then some little brief cold spells behind them. It might be a pattern like that. Get a little warm-up, cold spell, warm-up, cold spell. It's just kind of up and down, up and down, up and down. Might be kind of an active weather pattern as well. We typically average about 3.5 inches of snowfall in January, and that goes up to about 4.5 in February. So February, on average, is typically our snowiest month. So we're just in the very beginning stages, of course, of our winter season. Jason kind of answered that one right there. I think we will. Lori Ott says, bring on the snow. Teresa wants warm weather. It's always a battle this time of the year between warm weather lovers and cold weather lovers. Chris Hall, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Lily and Lasley, you are welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys all have a good night tonight. Again, just some sprinkly stuff out there during the overnight. Dry tomorrow. Wet Friday to Saturday. A little snowy on Sunday. And then some sunshine returns Monday and Tuesday. I will put this all wrapped up in a little package on WHS 11 News, the night team, coming up in about 50 minutes. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Sleep well. Have a peaceful